minute since I've did a video, and the only reason being is because my grandmother needs my full attention right now. I am her caregiver at the moment. I was on the ship. I had to get, Red Cross hit me up, basically let me know that they have been called to reach out to me to get off the ship. Got off the ship. I've been off the ship for a little over a week now. And I just had to make sure I was here to care for my grandmother because my grandparents raised me and my sisters like their own children. So if anything happens to either one and I'm out at sea, I have to come off the ship because I'm super close with my grandparents, especially me and my grandma. I have a children's book series that is dedicated to her, The Adventures of Granny and Me. We have a YouTube channel as well. We're on Facebook and we're also on Instagram. And, I just have to let people know what's going on with me. I don't have to go in detail or whatever, but I have to let people know because they're looking for the content. They're looking for the videos. They're looking for the conversations and the interviews that I do on my channel. And I'm not able to do a lot at the moment because my time is very consumed by the things that my grandma has to do right now. Doctor's appointments, in-home health, physical therapy, occupational therapy. It's just a lot. But I do want to encourage you guys to still go out, go to school, get your merchant mariner credentials, your TWIC card, your passport. And, once you receive all your stuff back from the Coast Guard, make sure you are applying for the inland jobs that I give you that only require a TWIC card. Make sure you also, once you get your stuff back from the Coast Guard, that you are applying for inland jobs as well as deep sea jobs because they are there. They're out there. They're hiring. And some of the jobs, if you don't have the experience, they would train you to do such. I know that I worked for NOAA. I had my crane operator license prior to working in NOAA, but NOAA, the requirements with them when you're on deck, you have to get in their cranes. You have to learn how to maneuver in a forklift. They have you doing all kind of stuff on deck, chipping and painting, sweeping down, washing down. There's a lot of things that you have to do. They have winch booths because they do CTDs and they have to drop those down when they're doing research. You have to know how to maneuver those as well. So it's a lot of things that are out there, like jobs that are there. I know Noah was furloughed for a while when the shutdown happened, but they are back up and running. So it's a lot of different jobs. The University of Hawaii, they're a research company as well. They have jobs and ships that go out. I think they are 90 days on, 90 days off. Now, as far as the union, depending on your company, most of the union jobs are 4 months on, 4 months off. It just depends on what you are trying to do. There, like, any questions that you guys have, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Anything you want to know, the processing, the different schools. I mean, there's a lot of different schools all over the United States that you can go to. I mean, you have schools in Baton Rouge, there's schools in Homer, Louisiana, as well as Baton Rouge. Did you have schools in Fort Lauderdale? I'm not sure of what the name of that school is, but it's one in Fort Lauderdale. It's one in Charleston, South Carolina that I know of. It's plenty of, I think it's 2 institutes in San Diego, California, where you can get your government vessels. Make sure if you are going to the union that you get your government vessels so that you are open to different companies to work for and you can be getting paid more money than you would on a regular commercial vessel. So I'm just opening these avenues for you guys to let you guys know that the jobs are there. I just haven't really been doing a whole lot of the researching for you guys and putting the jobs out there and making videos for you guys because I've been, my hands have been tied with my grandparents. But I'm going to start back next week. I mean, things will calm down a little bit for me. This week is kind of busy, but next week I'm going to start back getting into it. Make sure I get these videos out to you guys. Make sure I am researching jobs and putting the videos together for you guys to apply for the inland jobs and as well as the deep sea jobs. Also doing interviews with other merchant mariners, even a few interviews from Blue Water Maritime School with the instructors, getting information from them and anything that they have as far as jobs. Make sure I'm putting the stuff out for you guys. I don't think they are doing the hiring anymore through Encore because a lot of the people that were sending out there, the people were complaining about the job, how they working people and they're not paying the money. I know that job was $180 a day, but I'm not sure how intense the work was. It's in the galley. I do know that you do not get sea time for working in the galley, and I'm saying that because I have sea time that I was trying to get approved through the Coast Guard for my ABC Fairs deck endorsement, but the galley hand days that they have on there, they do not count towards the days that you need to upgrade your license. So I'll have to sell a little bit, get a few more days under my belt, and then I can use those days to go towards my ABC Fairs endorsement. But honestly, I probably won't even go through it, and only because I really like the watch standing. I've had my time with being on deck, chipping and painting, and doing CTDs in a winch booth, and on the crane and all that. Not saying that I don't enjoy that. I love the heavy machinery, like operating that kind of stuff. That's something that I enjoy doing. But as far as the job in itself, yeah, you make a little bit money when you work on deck, especially when you are a deck, like you're a deckhand. You have that endorsement to get on the forklift, get in the crane, chipping and painting. You have that. You get overtime and stuff when they have different operations that you have to do when they need you there at nighttime, or they got different hours that they need you there. So you get that little bit of money. I think it's maybe like $2,000 or $3,000 difference on what I get paid. But as a watch stander, all I do is stand watch. I go to, you have to be a part of the safety meetings that they have. I think they do one once a month, and they do one according to the different projects that we have going on the ship that I work on. So it just depends on what you're doing, what your ship has you doing. I kind of enjoy being a so once the work is done for me that day, that's it for me. Then it's on to tomorrow, to the next day. The day is go by pretty fast when you're at sea, only because you're constantly working, you're constantly moving, you're constantly doing different things. So it's very simple, and I enjoy it. So that being said, just make sure you guys are paying attention to the different jobs that I put out there. Read the fine print, read the qualifications, read what these jobs want you guys to be doing, because some jobs are going to be a little bit more complicated than others. So you want to make sure you're doing, or you're doing your research, so you'll know what you're getting yourself into, because you don't want to get somewhere and you're working and you don't like the job that you're doing. You never want to do that. It's never going to make you feel comfortable doing something that you don't enjoy. So just make sure you guys research your jobs, and make sure even if you don't have too much research on the jobs, make sure you are making posts on your social media and asking questions. Hey, has anybody worked for NOAA before? Do y'all have any advice that you can give me with NOAA? Anybody work for USMMI? Could you give me any advice? Could anybody work for what is the other one? Complete Logistical Services. That's a staffing agency. So do anybody have any information to give? Put that stuff out there so people can see what you're posting and what the question that you're asking, and then they can also leave comments, because they've worked for these different jobs. You want to get other people's perspective. That's why I'm always throwing out information to you guys. A lot of people don't know what they're getting themselves into when they first hear about being a merchant mariner. I didn't know what it was getting into. That's why I have my ebooks. My ebooks that are, I'll have them attached to this video in the description, so you guys can, get that information that you don't know prior to going. It's a lot of information in both ebooks, and then if you have questions on top of that, you can always inbox me. I'm always going to answer your questions. It may take me a couple of days to filter through them. It's December 1st. It's time to pay those bills. So y'all get to it, and I will talk to you guys soon. Later.